It appears that people gathering for the Thanksgiving holidays did result in a spike in new COVID-19 infections. Our rolling 7-day average of new cases leaps up from just over 1,000 to now more than 1,500 per day. And keep in mind, about a month ago, our average was 553. Hospitalizations and ICU bed totals increase. 616 people are in hospital as of Friday, and almost 200 ICU beds are in use. The better news, just 71 people died of COVID in the last 7 days, and people are getting their booster shots, almost a 16% increase from a week ago. Meanwhile, Oklahoma House Republicans say they would support convening a special session to pass legislation to prohibit federal vaccine mandates for Oklahomans. And on Tuesday, the state administration announced it has filed a total of 5 lawsuits contesting the mandates, 4 against the federal government and 1 against the Ascension St. John Medical Center in Tulsa.
President Biden doesn't trust Americans to make decisions for themselves. Luckily, our Constitution does. That's why Attorney General John O'Connor and I are fighting back against President Biden's federal overreach.
My problem is not with the vaccine. My problem is with the notion of it being mandated. I also have a problem with the use of our paychecks as the tool or weapon against our employees, our good Oklahomans.
I would not be surprised to see at least 20% of our employees quit. Right now, we have trouble finding good quality employees. Many of these are really great employees. We do not want to lose them. They are highly qualified. Many of them are long-term employees, and we believe in protecting their right to make a choice.
With more on the potential for a special session, as well as Friday's legislative deadline for the upcoming session, I spoke with eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley. Okay, Shawn, so moving forward, really what sticks out in your mind?
Well, right now we have about 60 bills filed. In the end, there'll be probably 2,500 that are filed for the 2022 regular session. Right now, there are a large number of anti-vaccine measures, anti-vaccine mandate measures more specifically. In some cases, these prevent vaccine mandates in total, all vaccines. Others are specific to COVID-19, and then some impose liability on companies that implement vaccine mandates if something goes wrong for one of their employees who receives those vaccines.
Okay, so you're talking regular session right there, but as we mentioned, there's this talk of a special session to address federal vaccine mandates. So do you think that might happen, or will just happen during the regular session?
I think it'll probably take place during the regular session. We're so close to the start of the 2022 regular session on February 7th that it seems unlikely that they would come back to try to address that issue. If you think back to a year ago, we were also talking about special session. Because those Open Meeting Act amendments that allowed fully virtual meetings had expired in November, and we were still in the throes of the pandemic, there was talk about coming back and extending those. They didn't do that. Instead, that was the first bill they passed in the regular session, and it was signed by Governor Stitt. We'll probably see the same thing here.
Okay, so we have this deadline, this Friday deadline. Does that mean that everything that goes forward is going to receive consideration in February?
Oh, certainly not. If you look at the 2021 regular session, for example, more than 3,000 pieces of legislation were filed. Only 585 of those ultimately became law.
So a lot of serious business obviously is going to be taking place in February, but recently we lost a football coach at the University of Oklahoma, and now we have Senator Bill Coleman. What's he proposing, and then where's it going to go?
Well, what Senator Coleman would like to do is to name a highway after that former University of Oklahoma coach. Specifically, what he would like to do is to name the final 3 inches of a desolate highway in western Oklahoma as it leaves the state in honor of Coach Lincoln Riley, sort of symbolizing the professionalism, he said, that was involved in Riley's departure, which of course was rather sudden, and he felt it would be a deserving honor, so to speak, to name those last 3 inches of highway after him.
Is there much cost associated with that, and who would pick that up?
Well, in this case, Senator Coleman has indicated that he would be more than willing to pay for the signage to mark that section of highway.
Okay, well, we'll see if that happens or not. Shawn, looking forward to the session?
Oh, of course. Legislative sessions are always an exciting time.
It's going to be here before you know it.
Exactly.